So a warm welcome to all of you for this fireside chat. Mr. Sanjib is the CEO of Nepal Electronic Payment Systems and also the founder of Fintech Alliance Nepal. And before we start this chat, I would like to know from you about the unknown story of Nepal and how it fits into the Indian context.
Uh, Thank you, Asia, for the your moderation and question. I think Nepal is actually a mystery to my friends in India. I mean, trust me, if you go by the your morning newspaper, with due respect to the media, it does not come all into the story. There's a lot of things that is not into the public consumption. For example, momos. Just jokes apart, but actually, the Momo has have had a very interesting journey coming out of Silk Route. You have to go to centuries back, then where the Nepal played as a trade transit between Europe, Middle East, and the great Chinese Empire. The Nepali trading men then based in Tibet, actually, improvised Tibetan food as into momos shape that we see very commonly in India now. I did my education in India 30 years back. The momo was not common, but in last 10 years, momo has become like a, so this is one unknown fact wanted to brought to you. But we have had a historical relationship with the India that there's no country that comes to mind globally has, this kind of relationship. There's no two country globally have 1400 kilometer of open border. There's no country that have relationship, historical relationship of roti and beti. So we have a roti beti ka relationship, a rista hai. My daughters married India, the Indian daughters married to Nepal. So it's been there forever. Sita ji ko Ram le gaye, Janakpur se, that's my country. So it goes even before that, So, I mean, in modern times, I think it was wife of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. After she was chased out, we gave her a shelter in Nepal. The Sere Punjab, जो थे Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Then Begum Hazrat Mahal, if you know, the wife of Nawab of Awadh. She was given shelter. Actually, she expired in Kathmandu. Still has her tomb in Kathmandu. उनकी जो वो मतलब है अभी भी काठमांडू में ही है. So we have had a very historical relationship. Even like one unknown fact, as you asked, you can Google it. King of Nepal was offered within by the principalities or the kings of and the Nawabs of then East India Company to unite together under the leadership of King of Nepal to, chase the British out. And King of Nepal was given offer that if you, King of Nepal, would help, ye Rajputanas and the, all of this from India, everybody would accept him as a king of new Hindustan. He politely declined. Otherwise, the capital would not have been Delhi, it would have been Kathmandu. There would not be Pakistan, Bangladesh, or India, or Sri Lanka, or Nepal. I mean, we would have been. We are still the same, by the way. So these are some unknown facts I wanted to brought to your attention.
Thank you for that insightful. Yeah. Thank you for that sharing of history. And of course, we all know that history has changed, and we have different countries as part of SAARC. If you can connect the people interaction you shared with respect to the payments, either in terms of remittance and how that bridging is happening between people interaction and the payment ecosystem.
I think, yeah, I mean, let's come to the, that is where one of the opportunity I feel, as I said, India and Nepal said historical relationship. So, I mean, of course, there's a huge part of that is to do with the trade. So, according to the statistics out of the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, if you go to the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India website and Google search, there's some data I think they have published. There's about 7 billion. Nepal is India's 14th or 11th largest trade partner actually. I mean, out of 200 countries in the world, Nepal is one of the biggest market of Indian goods and services. So this is also one little known fact within India that actually Nepal is one of the best customer of Indian product and services, close to 2.11% of your total export. I mean, so that's a huge. So that's about $7 billion of good and services are being bought by Nepalese consumer out of India. And large ticket size is of the petroleum that we buy from Indian Oil Corporation. So besides that, there's a lot of other stuff. So about and Nepal sells about 500 million only to Indian government, like Indian businesses. But the Indian businesses sells about $7 billion worth of goods and services to Nepal.
Oh, wow.
So there's a huge trade deficit, which is no issues at all. Because you have a production, you have the technology, you have the services, and we are the consumer. Besides that, there's a remittance corridor of, as per the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, there's a $3 billion actually, again, very unknown fact. There's about 600,000 Indian worker in Nepal, and maybe 4 or 5 times that of the size Nepali worker in India. But the remittance size is very interesting. Remittance size is the Nepalese worker in in India are sending $1 billion every year to Nepal, but Indian worker in Nepal are sending $3 billion to India. Interesting how it is possible. Because the Indian worker coming to Nepal are skillful, entrepreneur types, and they command more higher paycheck. And this is according to the Ministry of External Affairs website that we have pulled out. So there's a $3 billion coming out of Nepal as a remittance too, and this is all unofficial. So I think and then the pilgrimage and the education and the tourism put together, there is roughly about 13 to 14 billion dollar worth of the payment between these two countries, mostly one-sided coming out of Nepal to India. So I think opportunity is that. How could we monetize that? How could we leverage on the technology and the rails that are available in India to bring all this into formal channel and profit from the kind of the technology? Because even if you think about, my gut feeling is, I think Nilesh was talking earlier, most of these trade payments are like on a SWIFT, T+3 or 4. I came as a tourist attending this conference. I was carrying cash to pay my hotel bill, 35,000. I mean, it doesn't make sense. When I travel to any third country, I can pay by card. But in India, does not make sense, you see. And when you come to Nepal, if your card is not accepted, why cannot you use the UPI or like whatever you use into my QR? And I should be able to do that same here. I have only 30 million population in the country, but out of 30 million, 19 million have a mobile banking app. Which country would give you that highest rate of adoption? More than 66% of my Janta already are mobile bank apps, sir. I don't think even India has that high level of the, mobile, the population wise. So that means there's a pretty good ecosystem there, but I would love to have your UPI or like any payment interfaces work into any QR in Nepal, and the same that I should be allowed to do here, whether I go for my morning chai or auto. I think that is the kind of the opportunity.
Okay, that's an interesting proposition. Now that you are the CEO of NP NEPL, I think you can take the initiative, and I'm sure there is already some progress between UPI and NPI, which is in progress. And once it becomes live, all the payments would become digitized and come out of the cash ecosystem. Now, it would be good to share from your side the unknown story of Nepal Fintech, like you have shared of the country. That would help the audience to identify what kind of opportunities exist in the fintech space in Nepal.
Right. I think, I mean, thanks to COVID, you know, like, I mean, the adoption has really gone up. There's a good opportunity coming up. At the same time, we increasingly feel, because India is taking a lead globally, the kind of the tech that you have developed in India as a world class, no doubt about it. You know, we've been hearing last 2 days the kind of the India stack and the stuff, and I think the Indian tech is being benchmarked globally into the payment, right? And then every country is looking towards India, and we are your neighbor. Just like, you know, I mean, and I think it is an biggest trading partner, so I think we should grow together. We should profit together. I think your technology, this is what we would like to see the Indian companies profit from the kind of opportunity right next door, you know, like where there's no barrier culturally, language-wise, you know, like, and the support-wise. I, as a company into payment space, I've been like, you know, I mean, we are taking solutions as far as Morocco, you know, like as far as some part in Russia, as far as like, you know, some Swiss technologies I have, some technologies coming out of Middle East, you know, like these companies, some Singapore, and my support systems are all over the place into different time zone. But think about it, India already has the technologies that company like mine are buying globally. And we are on the same time zone. Sometimes, let's say, I have some problem with my e-com, some activation or something, then I need to get a call to my solution provider into different time zone. But I need the solution right now. I have a switch, you know, like, so I mean, I think India has it. I would request and encourage those with the payment fintech business, kindly let's explore. Let's do something together. Let's collaborate. There's an opportunity, you know, so, and then it's a win-win for everyone because your support system is very strong. And even if I talk to my solution provider in Singapore and they have outsourced their support somewhere in Pune, I mean, you see, I can talk directly to मेरे भाई साहब हैं बगल में पड़ोस में. Why should I go and you know this long route of coming to you? You see, so I think there's a lot of opportunity, lot of collaboration, and the fintech is what I tell my actually my friend from India कि बात बोले तो कुछ भी नहीं है. नेपाल में क्या रखा है? पिद्दी सा देश है, छोटा सा देश है. क्या है? इंडिया के जो आप देख रहे हैं तो नेपाल में तो कुछ भी नहीं है ना. क्या मिलेगा नेपाल जाके? टाइम क्यों वेस्ट करने का? यहाँ पे like I talk to a lot of stuff here and the big bosses tell their BD people don't waste your time in Nepal. कुछ भी नहीं है वहाँ पे. And that's true actually. नेपाल पे कुछ भी नहीं है. The only thing Nepal has is the opportunity. If you are smart enough to see the opportunity, we are 42nd largest populated country in the world. How many countries are there like in India in the world? सिर्फ दो हैं साहब, इंडिया और चाइना. This 200 country हैं. This 198 countries are different than India and China. And I am 42nd largest populated country in the world with a 30 million population. You know, and your biggest trading partner. You know, and then growing, the fintech adoption is the highest. So यहाँ पे opportunity नहीं होगा. कुछ भी नहीं है का मतलब it's a green field. Total green field है. आइए, let's work together. Let's do something together. Let's explore together. You know, like there's a Bharat, huge Bharat within Nepal. I think there's a Bharat fintech. From the inclusion perspective, inclusion side, there's a huge untapped opportunity. From Darchula in Tinker to Kanchenjunga area, near Taplejung in my hillside, there's opportunity of payment and fintech. So I mean, so I would encourage, and I would be happy to, help, collaborate, connect, and we have Fintech Alliance formed recently. We can help you, showcase your product and services through the alliance as well. So that we can do.
Okay. So to the final session, uh, as part of the FinTech Alliance, what are the kind of events you're conducting or going to conduct where the FinTechs from India can participate? If you can throw some light, that
Right.
would be beneficial.
Okay. You want something exciting or
Uh,
just
we are
joking?
okay.
All right. I mean, FinTech Alliance is a movement, it's a journey that we are bringing all the ecosystem players together, and like it's a individual-led, member-led, some passionate people कि कुछ करना है, जुनून है, कि आसमान छूना है. तो we starting with आसमान छूने की अपनी तमन्ना है. So जा रहे हैं एवरेस्ट बेस कैंप. Anybody wants to join us to FinTech Yatra to Everest Base Camp? We're starting trek on 1st April. I'm serious. You could find us on LinkedIn. Come over. There's a group coming from India as well. So all, FinTech passionates. So business development भी करेंगे साथ में. Explore करेंगे. Everest में भी, the FinTech solution चाहिए, because so many. You'll be amazed to see Everest would need at least more than 1,000 traffic police. The congestion, the trekkers, the mountaineers, like, there's one stress. So, and everybody would be carrying the plastics, card, and mobile network does not work. Can we find a solution together and do our trek as well? कि एक आदमी, एक बंदा एक दिन में $100 तो खर्च करेगा ही करेगा एवरेस्ट में. क्योंकि like I go on trekking, and one thermos of hot water costs you at least 1,000 Nepalese rupees. That is about 600. Either you pay in cash or no option. So how could we digitize? So this is what FinTech Alliance is doing, is Everest Base Camp Trek. Anyone is serious, tell me, and then we're planning this trip. Besides that, we do a lot of events, talk series. You want to talk about, you think you are good at what you do, let me know, let us know. We'd be happy to put all the stakeholders together, do webinar. And if you are more adventurous, you want to take, come to Kathmandu, want to, talk about your product, we'll help you. And if you can't make it to Everest Base Camp, but I think you have a deep pocket enough to, rent a chopper from Kathmandu, come over. On 14th day, we'd be hosting a FinTech Talk series in Everest Base Camp, at Everest Base Camp. And I would happy to give you at least 5-minute slot. If you want to do that, let me know. I mean, it would be exciting. It will be the global news, those particularly in the business development side. Like everybody would get to know your logo. You want me to wear your T-shirt going to Everest Base Camp, we can talk on the side after this event. Just joking.
Thank you very much for throwing light on the unknown story of Nepal, how the people interactions are happening, how the fintech story is evolving, and the good work which is being done by Nepal Fintech Alliance. So thank you, Mr. Sanjib, really appreciate, and you can meet him after the call. Thank you.